So, let's talk about Google Gemini. But we're going to look at it from a slightly different angle today, not just as another app on your phone, but as a potential AI partner. What does that even mean? Well, let's dive in. And that's really the big question here, isn't it? For years, our phones have been smart. Sure, they're tools. But the goal now is to build a true collaborator, an AI that works with you, not just for you.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll define what this new kind of AI assistant really is. Then, we'll see how it can actually optimize your everyday life. After that, we'll get into how to master the prompt. Super important. Then we'll stack it up against the competition. And finally, we'll look at the future and the all-important fine print.
First up, what exactly is this new breed of AI assistant? We got to understand the huge leap we've made from just barking simple commands to, well, to having something like a real conversation.
I mean, just think about how far we've come. It feels like just yesterday we were asking our phones, what's the weather? Now we've jumped forward to AIs powered by these massive large language models, or LLMs. These things are so much more than just voice recognition. They can actually reason, create new ideas, and have conversations that feel, well, surprisingly human.
So at its heart, what is Gemini? It's basically a chatbot, a conversational AI that's running on Google's own language model. And that's the key word right there, conversational. This isn't about asking one question and getting one answer. It's built for a real back and forth, a dialogue where it actually remembers the context of what you're talking about.
And that's a huge shift in thinking, right? The goal wasn't just to help you find information anymore. It's to give you a partner you can brainstorm with, write a rough draft of an email with, or even help you come up with creative ideas from scratch.
All right, so that's the high-level stuff, but how does this actually play out in the real world? This is where we get to the most important question of all. Why should I even care about this?
Well, because Gemini is woven into pretty much all of Google's apps, it can make a ton of everyday tasks way easier. Imagine this. Instead of slogging through a 50-message email chain, you just ask for a summary. Or you plan an entire vacation itinerary right inside Google Maps. You can even ask it for a little help figuring out what to say in a tough conversation. And it's not just about sorting your digital life. This quote from 9 to 5 Google is just perfect. You're staring into your fridge, you have no clue what to cook. Instead of endlessly scrolling through recipe sites, you just show Gemini what you've got and ask, what can I make with this? It's brilliant. And when it comes to productivity, wow, this is a total game changer. A user on Reddit shared this amazing workflow. They record a meeting, take the automatic transcription, and just hand it to Gemini and say, turn this into meeting minutes. Now that is working smarter.
But it goes even deeper than just getting stuff done. Some people are using it in really personal ways, like a sounding board for journaling their thoughts, or to help them think through complex situations from different angles. This is where that idea of a partner really starts to click.
Okay, but here's the thing. To unlock all this cool stuff, there's a skill you really have to learn: how to write a good prompt. With any of these AIs, the quality of what you get out is 100% dependent on the quality of what you put in. Just look at the difference here. Asking what's Midjourney, that's a search query. You'll get a definition. But asking it to create a step-by-step guide, now that's an instruction. You're telling your assistant what to do. If you start thinking of it as delegating a task, not just searching for a term, your results will get so much better.
So, if you want to write a killer prompt, there are basically 4 things to keep in mind. 1. Be specific. Use action words like create, summarize, explain. 2. Add context. Who's this for? 3. Tell it what format you want, like an email or a list. And 4. Customize the tone. Tell it to be professional or friendly, or heck, even poetic if you want.
Now, obviously, Gemini isn't out there all by itself. So, the big question is, how does it really stack up against the competition? Specifically, the other giant in the room, ChatGPT.
So, when you look at them side by side, a really clear pattern emerges. In a straight-up fight on raw output, ChatGPT often has the edge. Its images can be more accurate, its sourcing's a bit clearer. But Gemini's superpower, its ace in the hole, is that deep integration across the entire Google ecosystem.
And this quote from PC Mag really just nails it. For anyone who lives and breathes in Google's world, Gmail, Docs, Maps, Gemini has this incredible home field advantage that makes it unbelievably powerful.
All right, last section. Let's talk about the future and, the fine print. The stuff you really need to pay attention to. Because there's the exciting promise, and then there are the very real perils.
The big dream here isn't just an AI that waits for you to ask it something. The goal is what they call predictive workflow optimization. It's a mouthful, but basically it means an AI that anticipates what you're going to need before you even know you need it, based on your calendar, your emails, your habits, and it just has things ready for you.
But let's hit the brakes on that future talk for a second and get real. That powerful future is built on data, your data, and that comes with huge risks. As this Reddit user points out, uploading sensitive company info into one of these things, that is a massive no-no. It could absolutely get you fired.
So here's the deal. This is the fine print you absolutely have to know. Your conversations can be saved. And yep, they can be reviewed by actual humans. Your data can be used to train Google's future AIs. Now, you do have some controls. You can turn off activity saving. But the bottom line is simple. Do not, under any circumstances, upload sensitive or private information.
And all of this is pushing us towards a totally new way of working, isn't it? It stops being about humans versus machines. It's becoming a true human-AI partnership, where the AI takes on the routine mental heavy lifting, which frees us up to do the more creative, strategic, and, uniquely human stuff.
Which, brings us full circle, right back to where we started. We're definitely moving beyond a simple assistant to something that feels a lot more like a partner. But as this tech keeps getting smarter and more proactive, what does that relationship eventually become? That's the billion-dollar question that I think we're all going to be figuring out together.